What's up? Hello, my name is Amanda. Welcome back. And today we're in my backyard and we will be planting some potato starts, so I'm very excited. So these are the root pouch grow bags, and I'm assuming you can get it from their website, maybe even Amazon. I actually got these for free from a group on Facebook, so I don't know where you can buy them exactly, but I'm assuming the website. I have 3 different sizes that I'm using today. This is the 15 gallon, 15 gallon. This brown one is the 10 gallon. Planting your potatoes in grow bags, you don't want to plant too many because you will just get a very tiny harvest of potatoes. And I mean tiny as in the size of the potatoes, not the amount. You might get a significant amount of potatoes, but they'll be really small. So it's recommended 2 to 4 potatoes per 10 gallon size. So like I said, these were 15, so I'm actually going to be putting 5 in each of the 15s. And for my brown 10 gallon one, my third variety of potatoes, I'm actually just going to put 5 in here. I know that's like technically 1 over the recommended amount, but it'll be fine. I'm just going to put 5 in this one. Now there's 2 different ways that I've seen to do this that seem to be the most popular. You can take your potatoes, place them in, and completely fill up your pot or a bag, whatever you use, and just be done with it. Or you can fill it up with dirt after you plant them, just enough to cover it, like an inch or so above the potatoes, and then as the greens on the top grow, you cover. So the greens will grow, you add some more dirt, cover it completely, and then they continue to grow, and you continue to throw more dirt on top. And since this is my first time growing potatoes, I think I'm going to try both ways. So I think one bag I will fill up all the way, and the second bag I will only fill up as it grows, just to kind of see if it makes a difference or what I just like to do better. So today we're going to be growing 3 varieties. I have my russets, my Yukon Gold, and I can't remember this variety. It is a purple skinned variety, not purple on the inside like the Purple Majesties, which is what I ideally wanted, but my nursery was out. So it's purple on the outside, normal potato-y-ish color on the inside. So if you maybe know, comment, because I cannot remember. I'll eventually find out when they grow or when I call my nursery. And I have 5 of each. So the 2 bigger varieties will be going in the 15 gallon, and then the small purple variety will be going in that 10 gallon pot. So another tip to planting your potato starts is getting them to chit, is what it's called. So ideally you want a nice little growth on these guys. So if you buy your starts and they're very small, this one's like the smallest that I have, or there's no growth on it at all. Some people just throw in potatoes without any chitting. You can totally do that, but if you kind of want to increase your chances of success or just kind of help speed the process along in general, then you can just set your potatoes on a windowsill or anywhere that gets light or under grow lights to kind of help encourage this chitting process. It just kind of gives them a head start of rooting before putting them in the bag, which again never hurts. These purple ones are very mushy. They were already like this when I purchased them, but I also have had these potatoes sitting for I think just a few days, maybe a week max, if that. But now I'm actually planting them. So we have our grow bag, and I already have some medium in there. Now the medium I'm using is a pre-mixed soil. It is a garden bed type soil that I got at my local nursery. It has everything you could possibly need in there: compost, fertilizer, anything else. So it's ideal if you don't want to add anything else in there yourself. So if you can find this somewhere around you, you could totally go that route. If you decide to make your own mix, you just want to make sure that there's a good amount of compost. These potatoes are hungry little guys, so you want to make sure that you have enough in there to feed them. And if you want to fertilize later on as they continue to grow, which I will likely be doing with my fish fertilizer, you can totally do that with any fertilizer you like. You also want to make sure that your soil isn't going to stay super compacted in here. When starting out, regardless of the method you're choosing to grow your potatoes, meaning if you want to completely cover it or cover as it grows, you will just need a few inches to cover the bottom. And I'm gonna start off with my russets. So I've also read that some people recommend to only keep it to 2 to 3 grow points on your potato, but I don't know, I'm just gonna leave it. Like I said, this is my first time growing potatoes, so I don't really want to try out anything too different or try out too much at once. I just want to throw them in here and kind of see what happens, but you do want to kind of try to aim your chits downward. Again, if you have as many as I do, that might be kind of hard to do, so I will do my best. Like, this is a really good example of one that you can easily just place down. You also want to space them out as best you can. Once that's finished, you will take your medium and just cover them just like 1 inch to 2 inches above the potato. So I decided with my russets, I'm going to do the method of covering as they grow, and then with the Yukons, I will completely cover. Now we got our second 15 gallon, and we're going to take our Yukon Golds and just do the same thing. Like I said, this one I'm going to completely cover up. One thing to know is I am cutting that really good soil mix because it was kind of pricey with some of the dirt in my backyard. We have piles and piles of it. The dirt in our backyard here in Colorado isn't the best, but honestly, when you're kind of working with a budget with gardening, sometimes you kind of have to experiment a little bit and just kind of work with what you have if you don't want to spend a lot of money. Gardening shouldn't require immense amounts of money spent. So I moved my grow bags over here to the right of all my beds. You can kind of see the end of one right here. So if you noticed, I threw on some tomato trellises, and I did this for a couple reasons. So if you live in a very windy climate, as the potatoes start growing, you might consider adding some type of trellis just to kind of help stabilize them. Another reason is to help it deter my dogs. So my dogs might get curious when I get inside here, dig around, and this might help a little bit, hopefully. And also we have a lot of squirrels in my area, so maybe this will help. I know this in no way is going to keep squirrels out, so I do have some leftover chicken wire I might wrap around or just build a whole new little cover out of just chicken wire because I know that will keep the squirrels out. But this is a very cheap alternative way to kind of help stabilize or deter from pests or animals, dogs, cats, if you have them. Now your potatoes will need a lot of light, 6 hours minimum, but you don't want the potatoes to be exposed to light. So when choosing your bags, you want a dark bag, or if you're using containers or buckets, darker the better, as long as it's not clear. That's most important. Now I'm also adding hay. This is actually duck poop hay from the couple that I internship at. They give me bags for free. So if you can get your hands on any type of mulch to cover these, that will help you to save time and help your potatoes to retain moisture. Now it doesn't have to be duck poop hay like what I'm using, but if you can get your hands on that, highly recommend. Duck poop is supposedly the highest in NPKs as to any other livestock animal. Again, I don't know if that's 100% true, that's just what I read. So we have our 3 bags completely finished. This is the bag all the way full that has my russets. My Yukon Golds are back there, and then those purple varieties are down here again. Don't remember the name. And I did do a pretty thick layer just to better keep in moisture, as well as these ones. Not quite as thick as that because obviously I'm gonna have to fill with more dirt as it grows. Okay, so that's it. It is very hot outside and I'm glad my potatoes are done. I'm very excited to see how those grow. It'll be my first time using grow bags in general and my first time growing potatoes, so exciting. It is May 5th today, so I'll be able to transplant the rest of my vegetables hopefully soon. It's been a dry Colorado this year, but I am kind of nervous for the hail if I transplant them out too soon, so we'll see. Anyway, as always, you can find me on any of my other social medias, as well as YouTube, of course. And if you have any tips for growing potatoes in grow bags, definitely comment, let me know. I'd love to hear them all. And wherever you live, I hope you have a good one, and I will see you in my next video.